Okay, here we go. Here we go.
La, 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 la.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to our second episode
Yay.
of Makeup to Breakups. We're
Hey,
so
boo.
excited to have y'all. So let's jump into it. So, what's today's episode going to be about? It's going to be a get ready with me. And we're going to be diving into like, how do we plan our makeup look? Like, we plan our outfits, right? You know,
Yes.
you're going to like an event and you're like, oh, I need the shoes, I need this. But I feel like a lot of my clients or even so my friends will say like, after they've done their outfit, they're like, oh, I'm like, how you going to do your makeup? I don't know, girl. I'll pull it together when I do. And I'm just like, what? What do you mean? That sounds absolutely insane. So we're going to be taking a deep dive in that. Let's plan. We're going to call it wardrobe makeup.
Okay.
You wardrobe your clothes. We're going to wardrobe your makeup, right?
Yeah, but I am that friend.
And then our second half is going to be about what's forgivable, like in your relationship. Like what is actually forgivable?
Who's forgivable?
Who's forgivable?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Is there an ex that you will actually forgive and be like, come on, bruh, let's get back together. Let's do this again.
You weren't that bad.
You weren't that bad. Or after your other relationship, you like, actually,
You know what? You weren't terrible.
you weren't that terrible. So we're going to be definitely diving straight deep with that. But we
Yeah.
always want to just start off with a little snack for you guys, I like to call it.
Yes.
Something to snack on. And today what we're going to snack on is like gratitude. And we were talking before and I said this one time at a conference I went to for work and I literally said like gratitude is where like content lives. And everybody's like sitting there saying, oh, you don't want to be content. You don't want to do that's like that word is so that place is so like forbidden. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't go there. You shouldn't do that. Or never be content. Never. And it's just kind of like, no, it's one thing going there and staying there, but it's and living there, but sometimes you need to go there. I really believe that's where gratitude lives. That's a point, that's an opportunity for you to actually sit down in the content chair and say, you know what? I'm thankful for this moment. I'm thankful for everything I've accomplished. And I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that. And you just get out the chair and keep it pushing, But I definitely believe that's where gratitude lives. I believe that everybody needs to check in there.
Yeah. And just to piggyback off of what she says, Lulu is really good with sayings and I'm not. And she knows, like I write down all the sayings in my phone. So these are two that she's always told me and I live by them. Being content is not an act of gratitude. No, I'm sorry. Being content is an act of gratitude. Being content is an act of gratitude. And then the second one I got from Lulu, the blessing is not in your feelings.
I'm laughing because I remember that exact reaction when I said you was like, "Ooh, let me write that down.
Let me write it down." The blessing is not in your feelings.
And it isn't. It really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I got it from my good old boy, TD Jakes.
Oh, really?
I did.
I know that's right.
I did. Every now and then he drops those nuggets and I'd be like, writing them down. And I really believe that and I practice that. And it's true. It definitely is true.
So can you name, what are you grateful for? Like, do you know some things? You would be really good to answer this question. What are you grateful for currently?
I'm currently grateful for just being here. I'm happy to be here. I believe that's something I say all the time. I'm just happy to be here, especially during these times.
Yeah.
I wake up every morning and and that sun, like I have big windows in my apartment and that sun that kind of just breaks through into my like canopy bed. I mean, it sounds kind of fabulous, but honestly, it's that it does it for me every time. And I'm just so grateful because I also remember like where I was.
That's a good space to be in. Just waking up being grateful.
Yeah.
Because people don't, you know, we complain about a lot of things, but in hindsight, there's a lot of things that us as individuals are should be grateful for. So the fact that you could wake up in the morning and just look like in your bed.
I'm like,
just be grateful for that.
and sometimes I
That's
literally
amazing.
sit in the bed for like 10, 15 minutes and I'm
Mhm.
like, yo, I'm just so grateful for like my family
Mhm.
or a situation that happened. Like even when we started our first episode, I have like this grateful little rock. I know I'm corny. Sorry. I have like a
Oh.
gratitude quartz, whatever, as a stone.
That's nice.
And I was like, I'm so thankful for like our first episode, like before I went to bed. And then I woke up and still felt that. It was just like, I'm so happy to be doing this with my best friend. Like, it was just like, I know it sounds kind of corny and you guys don't, you know, of course you guys have no feelings because it's not even a part of the human race anymore, but insensitive. But anyway, I just tend to like really, you know,
take it all in.
And I'm thankful. I'm
That's
just happy to be
amazing.
here.
Yeah.
I literally am just happy to be here. What are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for? On a grander scale of things, I think I'm mainly grateful for making it through the year. It was rough. It really is. I'm on a day-by-day basis. So,
Well, the year's not over yet.
gosh, it gotta be over. Yeah, I'm just grateful for making it. I go through this every year, right? Especially towards the end of the year. I'm just grateful that I'm here. I'm breathing. I made it, 2020, and a lot of us made it. It was a rough year for a lot of people. So the fact that we made it to the end unscathed, maybe a little unscathed.
Now that
For real, no, right? Like,
sums it up.
For real, you
Yeah,
made
that
it through
sums it up.
unscathed. So I'm grateful for that. I'm looking forward to the new year, you know. And I have this main rule, and she knows it. Like, I never bring my new year in with last year's drama. So whatever happened in, what year are we in, 2020? Right? We in 2020. I'm sorry, y'all. So when that clock strikes at
Pregnant
11:59, I'm trying to tell you, I do not bring my new year in. What?
I said pregnant brain.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. The baby. But yeah, I never bring my new year in with old year's drama. So when I don't care what happened in 2020, when that clock strike 11:59 and the 12 a.m., it's all good. Never bring your new year in with old year's drama. That's one way to be grateful. I never do. I never will. It's all good. Leave 2020 or whatever you had in the past, just leave it there. Be grateful for it. Learn what you need to learn from it and keep it moving.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Girl.
So we're going to dive deep in. Let's go.
All right.
I'm ready. So this part we're talking about getting ready. And, you know, even though right now we're staying inside, like, you know, we're in New York City, so we will not, indoor dining is canceled as of today.
Sure is.
But, you know, may have some small get-togethers or maybe none or whatever have you, whatever you guys are planning. And maybe it's an opportunity for you to put an outfit together. And we were just kind of going over some ideas and some things. And I was just like, you know what? I've been the constant question is like, oh, I'm going out and I need to just, you know, bump up my look and I want to do a different look. And it's just kind of like, okay, but what kind of look do you want to do? Like, well, I have this black dress and I'm going to, I don't know, let's just say a gala, you know, and we're doing this, that, and the third. And I'm wearing these shoes and I'm wearing this necklace with this bag. And I'm like, so what makeup you going to wear? And they're like, I don't know.
I'm that girl.
And I'm like, wow. So you want to complete your look, right? You want to look complete, you know, put together.
Yes.
So I really think it's important. I think this is a strong topic that a lot of people do not talk about on a lot of podcasts. Or I just don't even think that's a relevant conversation or maybe in other people's lives, I'm not sure. But in my life, it is. It's like, what makeup I'm going to wear? What am I going to look like? So I really want to talk about that. Like, this is important. This is important. I know we have our staples and, you know, the ones your non-negotiables. We all know that. But when you know that you're going somewhere, you need to kind of think from head to toe. What your hair is going to look like. What kind of eyes are you giving? What kind of skin are you giving? Like, you got to...
Your skin?
Yeah.
Dewy or matte?
Are we doing dewy or matte? Are we giving glow? Are we going to go crazy on the highlight? You want to do like a light highlight? You know, because it's just like, we're going to be taking pictures. You know, we're taking pictures. You want to look put together. You don't want to have this banging out, banging like dress on or whatever have you, and then you don't have your face together. I hate that's a pet peeve of mine. I'm like, oh, cute, and I'm like, I purse my lips like, ooh.
She's judging.
I'm like, I typically don't, but I'm definitely gonna be judging. So it's just like I want to dive into it. So first, when you're like picking out your outfit, right? You want to talk about bring it to life. Like make it a vision and make it a goal. Maybe some things that I would always suggest is like pin some stuff. One thing or save some looks on Instagram. Okay. That is, and like make it a folder. Like you know how you follow a lot of people. So like we both follow Makeup by Shayla. We love her. We love you, Shayla. We love Jackie, right? Yeah. We love all the popular YouTubers or influencers. Yeah. And then sometimes some local people, like they'll take these bomb pictures. And maybe I like the way she looks, like her makeup and everything. I literally save it and I put it in a folder because you never know. Or getting different inspos is so important, especially when you're planning ahead. So I would say like, if you're going somewhere like in 6 weeks, I would say like a 4-week out, that would be ideal to do. Like, okay, let me get my outfit together. Let me pin some looks, maybe pin some hairstyles. Like literally like plan it out and then execute.
Well, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Is there like a basic rule of thumb? Like, all right, if I'm going out on a date, is there like a basic look that most girls should go for? Or if I'm just going out, I don't know, theaters are closed, but I don't know. If I'm going out with my homies, with my girls, is there like a basic look that I should go for?
Well, I guess it all depends what kind of evening you're going to have. So like if you're going on a date, I'll be honest with you, this year, like I wanted to kind of change my look for my date. So I started to pin like makeup looks and outfits because I haven't dated in a long time. Like actually gone to like really nice places probably since Atlanta, like to be honest. So I would pin different looks. Like, okay, I want to do a smoky eye. I want to look sultry. I want to do this. And it really will tie into my outfit as well. So it all depends on where you're going, who you're spending it with, what kind of evening you're having. I'm going to give you an example too. Okay. So my good friend Maria, we went out for her birthday a few years ago. And she's a makeup girl too. Hey, Maria. She's actually going to be having a baby the same week as you.
I know, right? So Netflix is not enough. I'm telling you.
So literally we knew, like I knew we were going to go out 2 weeks in advance. I literally started pinning, getting inspos, going on my Instagram. And we're having just a girls' night. Like we went to dinner. I knew I wanted to do a rooftop. And then I wanted to have a flow. I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to look natural, have a natural look. I wanted to also be flexible. Sometimes I didn't want to feel like I was too casual, but then I didn't want to look like overdressed. So I kind of wanted to create a look that actually ties into that as well. So I started pinning. I started looking up different looks, even watched a few tutorials because I wanted to do something different. And I knew that way would challenge me too, because it's just like, it's so easy to plan an outfit, right?
Okay, yeah.
But it's just like creating that whole look. There's just some people that you see and you're like, wow, she looks really nice. She looks really put together. It's not just her outfit. It's her hair. It's her makeup. It's her everything. So it's just like, I believe we need to get on that same thing as well, especially because right now we're not going out all the time. So it's just like, you want to have, like now when you go out, you want to make it count. You want to make it memorable. You want to be like, I really put my thought into it. Even like for my birthday, I pinned everything, my entire look. I pinned different hairstyles. I knew I was going to wear a red lip. And I never wore a red lip with a brown dress. And I know brown is kind of neutral, but for some reason, I want to wear neutrals all the time. I wanted to kind of challenge myself. So all I did, one of the, whose tutorial was? I don't remember, but it was a tutorial that I saw on YouTube. And she did like this really simple eye. She was wearing all brown and she wore like a red lip, like not your traditional, like true red lip.
Mm-hmm.
I wore something like on a warmer side. So I had like an orange undertone. And I know this is might get a little bit too deep.
Yeah.
But it was just like a challenge for me. It made my teeth look whiter.
Yeah, that's a great thing about red lipstick.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So, like it's those little things that I believe that we should start to do, because now it's like we're making memories. I want my look to put together. I want to feel really good about it because I actually took the time to think it over. So I did the shopping. I even like reinvented a few things. I bought like a palette. No, I didn't buy a palette. I bought some lashes, but I had like a palette that I haven't worn in years, and I wore that palette and I kind of had it all set out, and I wasn't really like scrambling to like try to figure out or put a look together. I literally had everything planned.
Well, let me ask you this. So for a makeup novice who doesn't really know much, she wants to go for what you're saying, right? Yeah. Be put together, but she doesn't really know how to put her makeup together. So what are like the basic things that she should have to get her out there and get her started so that she has like a basic makeup look and she'll feel good about that? Like what she should be doing. Should the lips be more important than eyeshadow, or how does that work?
Choose your favorite feature and work with that. Let everything work around your favorite feature. So I have I'll give an example. I have full lips. Sometimes I want to play that up and sometimes I don't, but I have another good feature. I have beautiful eyes. I have a good shape eye. I sometimes want to play that up, So it's just like, go with your favorite feature. Never try. I always say it's good to step out your comfort zone, but for a makeup novice, I would say do what's comfortable. You don't want to be going out or going to a place and second guessing yourself. You want to feel comfortable in your skin. Especially when makeup is a new field for you, you need to feel as comfortable as possible, because it's another form of self-expression. You know what I mean? And you don't want to, I can say when I was a little younger and I started wearing makeup, lips was not a strong suit for me. And every time that I tried to put on a lip, I would always feel kind of like not confident in it. And it's because I was not, I was more so like going with what everyone else was doing, opposed to like staying true to myself.
Okay.
I think it's really important to stay true to yourself, especially when if you're new into the makeup game. Don't ever feel, influenced to have to put on the whole get up. If you're not that girl, then
don't be
that girl yet. It's levels to it. It's stages to that. So wherever you are, you can still be put together minus the contour, the highlight, the this, the that. Like you don't always necessarily have to do all of that because that's what everybody else is doing.
That's true. I would say that like just because you see our favorite YouTubers do 120 million steps does not mean that you have to do it either.
Yeah.
It might not even look good on you anyways.
Yeah.
So,
you don't have to commit to those things. So commit to things that you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
At all times. That like same thing like all right, I'm not gonna wear this. I don't feel comfortable in this outfit. It's your makeup. I don't feel comfortable with this makeup. Maybe you're not in a place to put on a whole entire brow. Okay, cool. So maybe you want to still groom your brows. Maybe, not getting like an actual pencil, maybe getting some gel and throwing some concealer around there and like throwing a lip on and that's your look. Then that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm very into that. Like knowing what you want to look like and you still want to look put together. Put yourself together from head to toe. Like, let's pin it. Let's get some Pinterest out. Let's get our Instagram out. Let's have conversation with your good girlfriends about makeup and what they would do. Or let's go virtually makeup shopping at Sephora.
That sounds like fun.
You know what I mean? Let's go on there. Or let's go to Ulta. Or let's just do whatever we're doing.
I think I am going to start pinning some looks though.
Yeah, pinning some looks. And it really gives you a lot of inspo. It's really an inspo driver. You know what I mean? It definitely is as an inspo driver. And and also giving you some time to like practice your look. That's another tip. Practice your look. Like, don't like be me. Sometimes I'll be like, I saw this look, I'm just gonna wing it. Like sometimes, like for instance, like I was watching Makeup by Sheila's her makeup for her wedding pictures.
Okay.
And it's just like she practiced it. She did, you know what I mean? And it's like once you get familiar of how you want to look and practice, that look is gonna look amazing. You're gonna look great because you practice, you thought it out, you know, you put effort. And then once you put your look together, you looking effortless, baby. What? Who's stunting? You. Like, you're stunting. Like, that's on.
Period.
Period.
Well, let me ask you this, right? Because let's be very clear here. She's clearly the makeup girl and I'm not. So I'm always going to have 20 million questions, right? But all right. So somebody like me, I don't like a whole bunch of products. And I know you just said to like, you know, start off with what you like and everything like that. Are there basic things that everybody should do? Or should we just literally just go with how we feel? Because, you know, I don't contour.
Yeah.
Like that, I would never do it. But should I? I don't know.
Again, it goes back to what kind of look are you going for?
Okay.
What kind of look you going for? But some basics to kind of like, you know, to do a look, I would say always get a good foundation and a good concealer.
Okay. Just start there.
Start there. And
That's
some
101.
brow. Like, you know what I mean? Because the brow shapes your face. So like do some brow tutorial, like, or do a brow, do your complexion, do a concealer, and set it down. Especially if you're going to have a long night. Use some form of setting and you'll be happy. Absolutely. Like that's new for you. And get a cute lip. And I've noticed a lot of girls who are not into doing the whole face thing. They're very open to doing a lip thing. And that's fun. You can have a lot of fun with that as well.
Yeah.
You know? And then get some mascara. Don't come outside with no mascara on. Like don't even. I'm sending you back home. If we're going out and you're like, girl, I forgot my mascara. I'm like, well, girl, I have a few minis in my trunk. You're gonna have to do that. Take about 10 minutes.
So that is the basics. At least a good foundation, concealer, and some mascara. Like you can start right there.
Start right there. Absolutely. And you know, and the thing is that how do we define like good makeup, right? It's like
no, it can be defined.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, or how I should probably word this differently. What makes makeup beautiful is contrast. It's like highs against lows, light against dark. Like that's what makes it pretty.
Oh, okay.
It's color, it's contrast.
I'm learning over here.
You know what I mean? So when you see someone and you're like, oh, she looks really nice, or oh, her face is so natural, she looks great. It's because she has contrast. She's giving you, you know, maybe a more like a shaped brow that's not too much. And she's giving you like a little pop of eye, but not too much. And she's giving you a little bit of a definition around her lip because she's focusing on the lines that actually make a difference. So the things that make a difference is your eyes, your brows, your lips, really.
Okay.
So once you can focus on that and shape them in a way or create a alluring look with that, that's what gives you contrast.
Okay.
Really. So that's what makes, I truly believe that. That's what makes makeup beautiful is the contrast. Like, what are you holding it up against?
Okay.
So that's my spiel and I'm sticking to it. That's my spiel.
So silly.
And I'm sticking to it. Boom.
That was really interesting. I'm not going to lie. Again, a novice over here. I did learn some things.
Yes.
So that was good. Contrast. I like that.
Yeah.
But let me ask you one more question about the whole contrast thing.
Yeah.
I'm just going based off like what I see the YouTubers do. So they'll be my complexion and then like do something super light that's not even their complexion. Like, okay, like a concealer, it'll be like 5 shades lighter. And then they'll do like a contour that's like 22 shades darker than their complexion. Is that contrast too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's contrast. That's light against dark.
Okay.
That's definitely
to
contrast.
pay a little more attention
yeah,
to
that's
YouTube
light.
videos.
It's light against dark. So that's why sometimes like you have a person like, oh, I love how they do their makeup. It's just like maybe they're using like the shading, the highlights, the major drastic difference of a light against a dark, and the way they blend it is just kind of like it's beautiful.
Okay.
So really, that's what it is. And then sometimes you know, you have to be in a comfortable space to do that. Be in a comfortable space. I remember one time I tried a tutorial, hilarious. So I remember when like contour kits they were wild. Like there was 2,000 on the market, like everywhere. And I watched the tutorial and she put all these correctors and then she did this and I literally tried that same exact, I'm not even going to say who it was. It was horrific.
When you did it.
It was horrific. My face felt so congested, uncomfortable. I looked a hot mess. You hear me? Because that was just not my way. You know what I mean? And you have to find your way. You know? So that's why sometimes like pinning and doing the practice, you know, finding your look, doing the practice and actually executing is necessary, because after you try to like emulate some looks from Instagram or whatever have you, don't try to do that the night of, because guess what? It's going to look like trash. I can assure you that. It's going to look, especially if it's not your look. It's not your look. So why go that way, you know?
Well, let me ask you this, right? So
21 questions.
I know, right? Listen, I'm the question queen. Listen, I'm sorry. But all right, so my question is, you know how I told you, like, you know, when it comes to clothes, maybe look for like whatever celebrity you like, and whatever celebrity like,
oh my gosh.
My tips for her was like, look for a celebrity that you're shaped like and see what they're wearing, or at least to see what kind of brands that they're wearing.
You know what else you said? That was the real nugget. You would like choose your color palette. I nearly fell out. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Kawana's in my life for she is my roadmap.
I try.
Oh my God.
Like, choose what colors you like and stick with it. Like, that was just my advice about wardrobe, right? So let me ask you about makeup. So there's so many complexions out there in the world. Should we be doing that with makeup? Like, if I see a dark-skinned girl who I'm probably similar in complexion to, should I maybe look to see what products she's using, or maybe her makeup's stylist or whatever artist is or whatever?
Absolutely. I think that's a really great place to start, because again, you know, originality comes from somewhere. You know what I mean? And it literally comes from somewhere. So you'll see a girl like, oh, she's close to my complexion. I'm going to try her look. But then you're going to make it your own, because you probably won't make it all of that, of like probably do every step, but you're going to make it your own. So that is now your own look. But yes, I think it's so important to do that. That same way you wardrobe, like you pick, like you told me to pick a palette and work from that. Do the same thing. It's such a great way it helps you navigate a lot easier and quicker. So now, since you told me to do that, I always like, okay, is this in my color story? Like, does this look good? Oh, so-and-so has this body shape like me. I'm going to see what she's using or what she has on. And let me tell you, my shopping experience has been so like focused, and it's helped me a lot. And I'm like, this was a perfect conversation about makeup as well, because it literally is like hand in hand.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. It's fun. It's very fun. Like, you're like, oh, I would do this look, or won't do this look. It's like almost like preparing for your, for your hair. Like, okay, I'm going to do my hair in 2 weeks, and this is what I want to do.
True.
You know what I mean?
What color am I going? Okay.
What color I'm going to do, or
I like that analogy. Okay. Yeah. For a girl who likes to get their hair done. Yeah. Okay.
Always.
Right. Love it. Because I feel like I have more questions.
Shoot.
I'm sorry, y'all. I have a lot of questions. All right. So then, So back to picking someone in your complexion that you can probably just vibe off of, and then see what kind of makeup they're using.
Yeah.
Is there like a basic range?
What do you mean by that?
I guess I'm trying to say, and I'm sorry, just roll with me, y'all. I guess I'm trying to say, like, is there something that we can like break down, like maybe just 5 color ranges that most girls
like
can...
like eyeshadow and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. If I had to say, yes, I got you. I'm here with you.
Okay.
I know this sounds boring as hell, but when I say boring equals stability, and it never goes wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, get you like a nude palette. I would suggest, if you can, get a matte palette. Get nothing but matte shades and like some browns. Gives you a little like warmth, give you a little bit of cool, give you a nice little mixture of color. And once you identify what your color palette is going to be, just go off from that. Okay. I'll be honest with you. And then, like, for instance, and they do these all the time, and I don't necessarily agree all the way. Like, okay, if you have blue eyes, you should do purples and bronzies. It's like, okay, girl, do you? Or if you have brown eyes, you can do anything.
Okay.
I mean, literally, you can do anything. Now, it depends if you want to go on the warmer side or the cooler side. Now, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Are you going something like, if you're going with a brown shade, are you going to go leaning taupe-ish, which is like a brown taupe, which is leaning on the cool side? Or are you going to do a brown that has a little bit of warmth in it, like a red or like a reddish, so it gives you a little bit more depth? That's where the line splits there, because each color can give you a little bit of coolness or a little bit of warmth. So again, that goes back to the drawing board of what is your look and what are you trying to pull off?
What works for you?
What works for you. So for instance, I love warm shades. I like anything. Give me red. Give me orange. Ooh, give me an orange crease, honey. Give me transition. Give me a brown at the corner, like with a little bit of red. I don't care for brown cool shades. Like, I don't care for a brown taupe.
Okay.
You know why? Because I feel like it makes me look sallow. Like, I don't want to look sallow. I want to look bright. I want to look vibrant. I want to look youthful. So that's why I lean a lot on the warm sides. You won't necessarily see me ever wear like a purple color with shimmer in it, with silver flecks in it. Yeah, because that doesn't do anything for me. Yeah. I'm gonna do a purple shade with some depth, so it might be leaning more on the plum side, like plum brownish. You know what I mean? Because it gives me contrast.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. You know, just kind of go again and see what of the spectrum you're going to go. So for instance, like if you wear a black dress and you want to do a smoky eye. Smoky eye is pretty standard or traditional, I would say. But with a smoky eye, you can do a brown smoky eye.
What you mean a brown smoky eye? I've never heard of that.
What?
I've never heard of that.
A brown smoky eye.
What the hell is that? I've never heard of that. A brown smoky eye.
When I say smoky, what do you think?
I'm thinking like black, like a charcoal type of look.
Are you saying black charcoal look because that's what you've seen?
Yes.
Okay. Let me be the one to awaken you. A brown smoky eye can appear a little bit more natural sometimes. And I feel like...
Even on a dark-skinned girl like me?
Oh, brown smoky eye would be fierce, honey.
Are you going to do that for me one day?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And, you know, that's where you play up the contrast of like maybe a cooler brown with some depth with darker browns, and adding like maybe a splash of warmth there to kind of create more of a brown, like I just said, a brown smoky eye. You know what I mean.
But next week I'm coming in with a brown smoky eye,
okay? You know what I mean? And it's beautiful. Or you could do charcoal, you know. I'll be honest with you. Charcoal on me looks like vomit. Like, that's disgusting because it's too cool for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I think some people have married the idea of smoky eye or black tie. And if you're going to a black tie, you want to do easy smoky eye. So the traditional smoky eye is exactly what you said. Yeah. However, there can be a little turn or flip to that because, for instance, I want to do a smoky eye, but charcoal looks nasty on me. I don't like how it looks on me. It literally makes me look dead. I do not like it.
Okay.
So I rather go brown and then maybe add some black at towards on the lid and under the lash line. You know what I mean? I rather go that way.
That's
so
interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many ways to skin this cat.
You are so silly.
You know what I mean? If you will. So
Yeah.
You could always change that up. It doesn't necessarily have to marry the standard. Again, it goes back to like doing what's comfortable and still getting what you want, without compromising your comfort zone. Even though I encourage to step out, but if it's just something that's like, this is a non-negotiable, this is where I live and this is where I'm staying because I believe that's what's going to make my look successful, then you should do that. You should stay within that realm, marry the colors that you like to do, or do the colors that you would like, and still establish that smoky, whatever look you're going for.
I like what you're saying.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Only because, like, and just to piggyback off of what you said a little bit earlier, like, I know you said you like the oranges and stuff like that, right? So if you're my complexion, and she knows this as a fact, don't give me no fucking foundation with the orange or red undertone. She knows that. Have you ever seen, what was that movie with the Oompa Loompas? What's that movie?
Oh, that's my favorite, Charlie and the Chocolate.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I will look like a Oompa Loompa. I'll be looking all flushed and mad and stuff like that.
She likes that movie too.
Right? He does. But yeah. I will look crazy. So if you're dark skinned like me and you don't like that look, oh my gosh. And she knows that I hate that. So I will always go with a foundation with what you said, like a yellow undertone. Is that what I do?
Yeah, golden or neutral.
Golden or neutral. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's sometimes, I've had my
days. That's just the look I like. Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to like, well, let me just go. I'm going to pull it out. I'm being very transparent. In my early days, I used to really enjoy being a lot darker.
Oh my gosh.
So with that being said, I did enjoy a more warm, if you will, undertone, because I believe that made me look a lot more better. However, things have changed. And I have come to the realization that closer to my complexion. However, do I still wear a foundation that is my complexion? Absolutely not. I do still go a shade darker, but that's what makes me feel my most prettiest. And at this point, that's where I'm at. So, with that, and then on that note, right. No, but so even when I'm trying to do a look, I know what I'm trying to give. So if I know, I'm like, okay, I'm going to, where did I go? Okay. You know what? Actually, on my birthday, I did wear my exact shade foundation because I wanted to do the look I was going for. I knew I was wearing a red lip and I knew I was going to use a lot of bronzer and a lot of this. So I went something more natural. And see, that was something I pre-planned because I knew, if I go that shade that I typically go, it's going to pull me a little darker. And I'm giving you're going to see, you saw a lot of my neck and you saw a lot of my collarbone. And I was definitely not blending my foundation to my shoulders. Like, that's ridiculous. Nor was I going to be using a bronzer, like throwing all this color on my body. Mm-hmm. So it was best for me to go as close to my complexion as possible because my face and my body are kind of like the same, like especially my chest. Okay. So it would be best if I went that shade, but that was pre-planning.
Pre-planning. I guess that is the moral of the story on that note.
Pre-plan your look. Pre-plan from head to toe, from your makeup down to your outfit. Like, I think it will save you so much time. You'll establish the look that you're going for, and you're going to look wonderful. And that's it.
All right. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. All right. So on to the next topic, because we are running out of time, and this is going to be a whole 180. Yes, 180. Forgiveness. What does forgiveness look like?
Doom, doom, doom.
Dun, dun, dun. Like, what does forgiveness... So we're going to start off with, what does forgiveness look like in your past relationships?
Yeah.
Am I starting or you're starting?
You're going to go.
Okay. All right. Forgiveness in my past relationships. Where do I begin? I think with time, you just kind of let things go, right? But then we were talking about how sometimes, for whatever reason, things in between you and whatever significant other, right? You guys move on, whatever, you're dating other people, and then you kind of look back and like, dang, that person actually really wasn't that bad, like compared to whoever it was I'm dating now or whatever my current situation is. So it's like, and let's say like you ended, you like I said, you guys ended, but what does forgiveness look like? because now you're looking back and you're like, wow, this person
Hindsight
wasn't that.
2020.
Hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, for me, are you done? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. Go, Bo.
You know what? I mean, my forgiveness has looked like, one thing I would say, forgiveness from me is always given. You don't have to ask for it. However, I think it goes a little bit deeper than that, is that, can I look past our situation and go past that, you know?
Well, I'm assuming you are.
Yeah.
Based off what we're saying. Okay, like you guys have separated, whatever. You went on with your life. You dated somebody. You be like, damn, this person is trash. And my ex wasn't even that bad. Like, wouldn't you be able to forgive them? Because you're looking at like apples and oranges here. And you're kind of like,
I guess if you're looking in comparison,
yeah.
you know, and that's a scary place to be in comparison. But I mean,
don't we do it? Like that's
I've done it in my past. Would I say have I done it in my adult life? No.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say, like, I have a story. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I was dating someone when I was younger, like much younger, like probably like 18, 19. And we went to elementary school together. We went to high school together. And we didn't get together till like after high school. And we were together. He was amazing. Like, we had so much fun. Like, we had just like so much fun. And we do it, and he was so happy to be with me. Like, I've actually never, even to like this day, I can't really think of anyone who was as happy to be with me as he was. He was just so happy to be with me. And I was just so happy to be with him. It's like my Merveline, you know, she was like living in the building. She was like always like, we were all friends. Yeah. It was like all friends. And man, his father passed away. And things just changed. Like, it just changed so much. Like, it was, and when I thought about it, I was just like, at that time, I never experienced death.
Yeah.
You know, I never experienced death. And I only knew to try to support him. So I was trying to be there as much as possible. But I didn't really understand the capacity of what he was going through. But he was very mean to me. Like, he was just not nice. And it was, I think I could have thugged it out a little bit more. And I know I could, but he was just not nice. So it was just like one day we was on the phone and he was like, you know, being mean like he does. He was being like rude as fuck. And then I was like, I'm not happy. And he was like, okay. Damn. Crickets.
Right?
I was like, I'm not happy and I just don't want to do this. I'm not going to compromise. Who am I? What? You're 19, girl. Sit down. And not even. I was 18 years old. I was like, have a seat. And I was just like, I'm not going to compromise. And he was like, okay. I was like, so I don't want to do this anymore. He was like, all right, bye. Bye, girl. I was like so heartbroken. I was crying my little eyes out. And I was like, he's an asshole. He's mean. He's this and that. Let me tell you, you are just as good as your last sale. I was just, I mean, like literally, it was like all great just a week ago. And then that happened and it was just so bad. And then after a while, when I thought about it and I dated someone else, I was like, damn, he wasn't that bad. We had a really good time with each other. He was actually someone who knew me. You know, man, I dropped the ball on that one. I could have been a little bit better to him. So it's just like, of course, it was forgivable. Like what he was going through and how he treated me, when I look at it, it was forgivable. It was just, I was coming from a place of, I didn't understand that. I couldn't relate. And you know what I mean? And it was just like, I was holding on to such a good time and how hard it went at that time. You know, when you're younger, things seem to be so explosive. And I broke up with him.
But I don't know if you should have held on, because it's like he had so much going on, you know, personally. Yeah. So what was there to hold on to? You know what I mean? Like, that probably happened for the best. Yeah. No, in hindsight.
At that point, at that moment, it probably happened for the best. But I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that to this day I had as much fun with any guy I've dated like him.
Really?
We used to have fun, bro.
That's amazing.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Have you heard from him?
Of course. I hear
y'all
from him
cool?
all the time. We're close. Yeah.
That's dope.
But yeah, he was fun.
You cool with your exes?
That one?
Okay.
Forever.
Oh, that's cool. But
He was fun.
He's like somebody you grew up with, though. So that's a
Yes.
little different.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
How about you?
I'm cool with some.
Who's forgivable?
Who's forgivable?
Oof. Sticky.
Crickets in the air. I guess, again, going back to what I said earlier, I don't bring my new year in with old year's crap. I don't. So I guess everybody's forgivable. But, what, you looking at me like I'm lying?
I don't know if that statement is true.
For everybody?
Yeah, it's not.
We're gonna see what.
That's not a blanket statement.
Right. Let's see what happens at 11:59 this year on December 31st.
This is where we differ. This is where we differ. It's just like, I don't forgive him.
Who, me? Yeah. Are you saying that about me? That's who I am? No. Oh my gosh! Don't say that. I forgive. I forgive. Oh shit! She is playing the fuck out of me.
Not at all. Never. Never.
I think I've forgiven all my exes. I ain't got no beef with my exes. Now, what I'm going through right now, that's some other shit though.
But is he an ex?
Yeah. I'm not getting back with my child's father. That's what
How do we
about.
define ex?
Somebody you're not getting back with. We're not getting back together.
See, I beg to differ with that. I believe that ex...
She sips her water.
I believe that an ex is not necessarily a person that you're not going to get back with. I believe an ex is kind of like... Can we revisit this? Because I really
somebody you're not getting back with. For the most part. You don't have any attachment to that person. You don't care. So if you don't care, then it is easy to forgive. Like, I ain't got no...
So then that's not your ex for sure then. You just... Ooh.
Let's see how I feel at 11:59 on December 31st, y'all.
Oh my God.
Let's just see how I feel. I will let y'all know in January, but that's how I feel today.
But I don't think that's necessarily your ex because it's saying that you don't care. That is such a... I feel like I don't care is a loose statement.
I care
that
like
is
if you
thrown
die.
around on a regular basis. I believe it is a blanket statement for you do care. Okay, I really do.
My water.
I really do.
Gosh.
Absolutely.
I don't care about. Okay, now this is how I'm going to define like my exes. Is I'm going to define them by where they live. I don't care about Atlanta. Like, I mean, I care, but it's like not on some let's get back together type.
And I looked away because I had to make sure that I agree, and I do.
Thank you. It's like the love, like I got love for Atlanta, you know, like we cool if I seen him on the street, but I mean, we're exes. It's like I forgive whatever we went through, whatever arguments we had, whatever. It's all good.
Okay.
Light and love. Like, so that's forgiveness there.
Okay.
I think what you're thinking is different because I'm going through whatever with my child's father. I can't legally talk. I'm legally not going to talk about him badly on this podcast for now because I might have to take legal actions one day. So we're just going to keep it
light
right here with that. So I think that's different. But all of my exes, even the Bronx, I mean, it's light and love. Like, I forgive everything. Because again, for the most part, I don't bring my new year in with old year's crap. We might have went through what we went through, whatever. And Lord knows, the guys who have dated me know that I got a mouth on me. Who knows how to curse somebody out? She does. And you might have did whatever you did, but I don't hold on to stuff like that.
Okay.
Would you say that about me? Do you think I'd be holding on to stuff like that?
No,
I
actually don't find you a person to hold on to things.
No, not at all.
I don't.
No.
I would say that's honest truth. Like, I don't believe that you hold on to things at all.
Like I said, for the most part, I live by the rule. By when 11:59 comes and it's a new year, I'm wrapping it up. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh no, we don't running out of time, y'all. I want to vent some more.
Okay.
So yeah, like that's my idea of forgiveness. I let it go. I don't hold on. And even if we're not talking to each other, it's not like I have to hate you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if I never spoke to you again, like it's not like I hate you.
Yeah. Now that I'm like, we're talking about this, and when I think about forgiveness, it's like, it's not easy. I feel like it could be a hard process when you're in a relationship. It's hard to like forgive someone. And yeah.
Yeah, at that moment. But with time, it's, you let it go and you move on and you can forgive. And sometimes the forgiveness is for yourself a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
Let's
It's
say
more about you.
Yeah,
than
more
it
than
is about
anything.
them.
Let's say like you've been with somebody and you're not gonna get the closure that you want. He's not gonna give it to you, sis. Fuck it. You looking for an answer for him. He's like, no, bitch, pretty much. No, for real, because we've all been there, right?
Yes.
You looking at him like this and he looking at you like what you want. So sometimes the forgiveness is for yourself. You gotta let that sink in.
Oh, definitely.
For real, right? Like,
no, that's true.
Forgive yourself and forgive the situation. That's where the real forgiveness is at.
That's where the big fact is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think on that note,
we're gonna sign out.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for your time and listening to us at Makeup to Breakups. Bye.
Bye, boos.